It has been 23 years since the world was forever changed. Fresh off a fiery debate, both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump paused their official campaigning to attend tributes for the victims of the 9/11 terror attacks. Julia Benbrook joins us from the White House with how the presidential candidates spent the day. Julia.
Well, just a day after their first face-to-face meeting, the two candidates are back together, this time in a much different setting, putting politics aside for a moment to mark the 23rd anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Hours after meeting on the debate stage, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris meet again. This time for a somber moment, the anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. Surrounded by other leaders, including President Joe Biden and Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, the two candidates shook hands before the ceremony at Ground Zero in New York. Putting political hostilities aside for a moment as the nation remembers the tragedy.
I know a lot of us are feeling very strong emotions, and it's a political time. This is not about politics. Thank you for having this service for our beloved family members.
Nearly 3,000 people were killed when terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airliners on September 11th, 2001. 2 planes crashed into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan. Another plane was crashed into the Pentagon, and the 4th crashed into a field in rural Pennsylvania after passengers tried to thwart the hijacking.
Thank you to the first responders, the United States military, and those who continue to fight the war on terror every day.
After their rare joint appearance in the morning, Harris and Trump each made other visits to mark the 23rd anniversary of the attacks. Just 4 years ago, then candidate Biden and then President Trump both attended memorial events at Ground Zero, but managed to avoid interacting. And then later, they both attended events in Pennsylvania and didn't cross paths there either. Melissa?
Now, Julia, this moment is happening after a contentious debate last night. Will we see Trump and Harris on the debate stage again before Election Day?
Well, we are kind of back to the beginning with this. The will they, won't they get on the debate stage again. And after last night, the Harris campaign feeling confident about her performance, they're pitching a second debate sometime in October. Trump, who has been pushing to get on the debate stage more, is saying that he is weighing whether or not he actually wants a rematch, saying, I would do NBC, I would do Fox 2, but right now we have to determine whether or not we even want to. All of these details are murky on both sides if we'll see them on the stage again. What we do know, though, is that their running mates, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, they're going to participate in a vice presidential debate on October 1st. That's hosted by CBS in New York City.
And Julia, one major celebrity weighed in after the debate as well and throwing her support behind Kamala Harris.
Absolutely. Superstar Taylor Swift is putting her name into this conversation. And this was after a lot of speculation. Was she actually going to make an endorsement this time around? The Harris campaign said that it took them by surprise. They didn't know that this was going to come last night. She posted on Instagram. She encouraged people to get registered to vote, to educate themselves. She said that she watched the debate. And then she signed the post with a little jab at the Republican ticket. She signed it, Taylor Swift, a childless cat lady. That is referring to a comment that Vance has made as a way to criticize Democrats. Now, Trump, in an interview with Fox News early this morning, he was asked about this endorsement. He called her a very liberal person and said that she would pay a price in the marketplace. We don't know how far this endorsement is going to go, but we do know that Swift is wildly popular. And in the past, when she's encouraged people to get out and vote, to register to vote, that organizations have seen an impact in people getting involved.
Okay, thank you, Julia. That's Julia Benbrook reporting from the White House.